Okay, we're up to the marketing process now, so chunk 3. So we've just finished marketing influences. Now we're moving on to marketing process. Marketing process is effectively a part of the syllabus that looks at the marketing plan of a business and the steps that a marketing executive or person would need to go through in order to establish the marketing plan for the business. And there are 6 key elements to that process. Firstly, begins with starting off with a situational analysis. So having a look at what is the situation of this particular business, and that would be done through a detailed SWOT analysis, which we'll have a look at in a moment, and identifying at what stage in the product life cycle is this business or is this product. And I say business because the business might be comprised of just one product. Identifying what stage the business is at or the product is at in terms of the life cycle, and what is the appropriate marketing strategies for that product at that particular point in the cycle. Once the situation analysis has been done, the business will go on to undertake some market research. It will then look to determine, okay, what are the objectives or what are the market objectives for this business. Out of that would come its appropriate target market or target markets. Once that is achieved, then it's up to about establishing marketing strategies. Now those strategies are covered in a lot more detail in the next chunk of the syllabus, which is marketing strategies. But essentially the marketing strategies are: what is the appropriate price, what's the nature of the product and its brand and its image, its place, how is it going to be distributed, and how exactly is it going to be promoted. Is it going to be through advertising? Is it going to be through sales promotion, etc. Once that is all done and the strategies are come up with, it's then a matter of putting that into place, implementing that particular marketing plan and all of those particulars that have been determined in the strategies. But an implemented marketing plan is really useless unless it is continually monitored and controlled, and controlling might require or will require changes to be made to that plan down the track as a result of how successful or unsuccessful that particular plan has been. So that is what the marketing process is about, and this video will start by looking at the key elements of the situation analysis. Just before I get into the situation analysis, so that being step 1 of the marketing process, as it says on your screen, the process includes all the steps involved in devising and implementing a marketing plan. And it requires, and this is a very important point, it requires an analysis of both the internal environment, so those things that the business has control over, the things that the business does itself, and also looking at the external environment, so those things outside the business, outside its control, and appropriately coming up with marketing strategies to deal with that, and also target markets. Okay, so what is the situation analysis? It's effectively looking at, well, what is the current situation of this business? So the very beginning of establishing your marketing plan, looking at what is the current situation that this product is in or that this product is facing. And that requires looking at what are the current marketing policies or what are the current strategies that are being utilised, who are our competitors, and what is going to be required to come up with an effective marketing plan to be able to achieve our objectives and ultimately to achieve the overall objectives of the business. And this situation analysis that needs to be conducted allows the business to come up with strategies for the business now, and that can be utilised going forward to try to achieve its objectives. And that requires, and that means looking at opportunities that could be exploited, so opportunities out there in the marketplace. For example, there might be an opportunity to market to a new segment or or identifying a new target market because they're currently not being sold to. Additionally, okay, what threats are out there that this business needs to adapt to? So as part of the situation analysis, one of the main components of that is undertaking a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis comprising an analysis based on looking at what are the strengths and weaknesses of this particular product, and they are internal to the business, or the strengths and weaknesses of the business. So they are things that are internal to the business. So strengths, what things are that are within our control that the business does well. For example, Qantas has a very strong brand. Okay, that is a strength that would be identified in a SWOT analysis. In terms of weaknesses, again, things that are within the control of the business that it is not doing very well. For example, it might identify that its staff training is inadequate, or that the People at a certain level of management are not competent enough. So they are things that are within their control and could be overcome with a bit of staff training. Opportunities, so those things outside the business's control, but which the business may wish to try to take advantage of down the track. But given they're outside their control, that would take some skill and it would require an effective marketing strategy. And lastly, threats. So those things, again, external to the business, outside the business's control. I'll just move that up there so you can read the whole bottom. Outside the business's control, which the business can't control, but may have a negative impact on the business. And again, those threats, for example, a rising oil price, a new competitor coming to the market, you can't control them, but you might be able to implement some sort of marketing approach, some sort of marketing strategy, or consider that in your marketing objectives to try to, or attempt to, overcome those particular threats and deal with those particular threats. Okay, and there's an example of a SWOT analysis for Apple that we looked at in class. We did a SWOT analysis of Qantas in class, and there's just a generic example of a SWOT analysis. So some of the strengths could be you've got a strong brand, you're a market, the business is a market leader. Weaknesses, product has limited life cycle, so it's got a relatively short life cycle. Opportunities, potentially there are new product opportunities. There might be some new events to launch your product at or sell your product at. And threats, potentially your competitors, they've got superior image. The competitors might be moving into a new or a new business location. Okay, once a SWOT analysis is conducted, then it's a matter of looking at the product life cycle. So what stage in the product's life cycle is this particular product? And it's important, as it says here, that the marketers, it's an important tool for marketers because different stages of the cycle are going to require different marketing strategies. And it's important to identify early on where in the product life cycle is this particular product, so that when we get to establishing your objectives further on in the plan and also identifying your target market, the business is well aware where this product is in its life cycle. In terms of the life cycle, first stage of the product life cycle is the introductory phase. At this stage, some of these characteristics might be prevalent. The brand, there is product brand and reliability is becoming established. Revenue is going to be low because the business is generally just getting established, or the product is getting established. They're incurring high costs, low sales are generally quite low. And also that at this point, the job of marketing really is to try to encourage brand name association. So get this product better known, or better, more well known out in the marketplace. As a business moves through its life cycle, it moves from the introduction stage to growth. So the business then starts to experience things such as the product beginning to be accepted. Sales, profit, market share, hopefully, are beginning to rise, and that is representative of the growth phase. New market segments or additional market segments are developed, and that will make more sense when we get into market segmentation. Strategic product positioning and differentiation becomes apparent as the competition increases. At this point, prices might begin to drop, particularly if their business has utilised a skimming strategy where they set a high price when the product is initially put to market to try to sell to those people who are the early adopters of that particular product. And once that's occurred, the price may come back to a lower price in line with the pricing strategy. And also brand loyalty is getting further encouraged at this stage of the cycle. Okay, for businesses experiencing the maturity phase, they move out of the growth phase into maturity, and this is the point where market share starts to decline. The product is becoming a little bit outdated, it may need some redesign. Sales start to fall off, the promotional opportunities start to change. Prices are often reduced at this stage as they're trying to clear stock and also increase sales through a change to the pricing strategy. Okay, once maturity has occurred and the product may be in the decline stage. So as the name suggests, sales are declining, and that's often because the product is becoming outdated, packaging is becoming dated and may need to be refreshed. And at that point, the business may choose to withdraw that product from the market. However, if it doesn't choose to withdraw the product from the market, it would enter then an extension strategy or a renewal phase where the business is trying to renew that particular product. And that might mean undertaking heavy promotion, modifying or changing the product slightly to try to have it reinvigorated, decreasing the price even further to lower the stock holding and inventory levels, redesign the initial advertisements to increase promotion. Okay, so that is the key elements of the situation analysis, and the next video will focus on the next phase of the market plan or market process, which is market research.